Hi, my name is Megan Moore, and I'm just going to add to this whole depersonalization and derealization topic. Last spring, I had my first panic disorder, and it was tough. I didn't know what was happening to me, and it was a very scary thing. And soon after I developed the anxiety disorder, I got a thing called depersonalization. Now, I had experienced depersonalization a little before. Um, I have written it down because it is a very scary experience. You don't feel real. You can see things and understand that they're there and understand that they're real, but you don't. It's you question everything. It's like things you've seen every day and disregarded, you look at and you really honestly think about them. You have to focus and you have to think. And I found myself, when I was flat ironing my hair, I'd get the flat iron and just put it to the palm of my hand, just kind of as a reminder. Or I'd get my mom, because I would be in crying fits. It's really tough. It really is, and I wouldn't want to live anymore. I would want to die, and I'd get my mom to hold my hand or pinch the palm of my hand just as a reminder that I am real and that I'm actually here. Um, Sometimes it was more of, is the world really here? Is it really there? And it was tough, especially trying to explain it to my friends. I also had depression at the time, and I'd go to school and I wouldn't be able to hold up. I would start crying, and people would say, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I would try to describe this weird feeling to them, and I know they thought I was crazy, but it's it's the weirdest thing in the world. And if you're suffering from this, I am so sorry. But I'm here to give you hope. I'm a very strong Christian, and I believe if you put anything into Christ, He will provide for you and comfort you. And that's exactly what He did for me. It took a while. He'd give me little reminders that He was there and that it would be okay. But for a long time, I didn't believe it. I never thought this feeling would go away, and I still have days. I saw a woman on YouTube, and she said the same thing, how she does still have bad days. Certain times when you're more irritable, it hurts worse. Or like I loved coffee. I loved coffee, and I would drink it all the time. Well, caffeine now sets off my anxiety, and I've also noticed if I have too much caffeine, I'll also get depressed, and I'll also have more depersonalization. So just find out your triggers and stay away from them. Cognitive behavioral therapists specialize in anxiety, and they can help, definitely. I'm also on medications. I am on Seroquel, which is usually for bipolar and schizophrenia, but is also about to be cleared by the FDA for anxiety. And I'm also on clonazepam, which is an anti-anxiety. If I have an anxiety attack, I usually split one of those in half and take it, and within an hour I'm okay. I'm also on Cymbalta. The doctor tried to wean me off. Well, she didn't try to wean me off. My psychiatrist just tried to replace the Cymbalta with the Seroquel, and it took about 3 days, I guess, to get it out of my system, because in 3 days I was depressed, and I was wanting to punch people. I've never had that feeling, and I one of the shutters in my living room were not closed, and I kind of like blacked out, and the next thing I knew, I was about to rip the shutter off its hinges, which I'm weak. I wouldn't have been able to do it, but still, it was weird that I had it ready, and So, yeah, medicine and therapists help, but ultimately, God is what got me through this, and a good support system. A lot of people who have this don't really talk about it. They think that people will think they're crazy, or they're convinced that they're crazy themselves. But I want to let any of you know who haven't told anybody and are suffering that it's okay. I mean, a lot of people suffer from this. I read somewhere that everyone usually has a little DP in their lives, but it's not always a big disorder like it is for me or for a lot of others. But if you have it, don't think that you're crazy, because you're not. It's very common, and help does help. If you go for help, it really does help, and you should definitely do it. Just like I said, rely on God. Give everything to God. A year ago is when I developed it, and I gave everything to God, and I am so thankful today to say that it is not every day that I think about it. Every moment does not go to DP like it used to. And it used to be my life. It really did. It was all I could think about. I worried about it every day, and that's kind of what brought it on. A lot of people were like, well, the key to getting rid of DP is just not to think about it. Well, that's like, don't think of pink elephants, and then you think of pink elephants, you know? So I was constantly worrying about it. I never thought I wouldn't be. But finally, God helped me out. He was like, okay, I think you've grown closer to me through this, and I've used it as a positive thing, and so he's helping me out. And like I said, there's still days, but I have faith every time one of those days come along that it's going to go away, and that times will get better. Just don't lose hope, because there's tons of hope for people like you, and just keep strong and keep going, because times will get better. Just rely on God. Okay? So, sorry, I'm a bit of a talker, and I just hope that I could help somebody, because I think that's what God truly meant to do by giving me this. He also, of course, allowed me to grow closer to Him through this and used it as a positive. But I think also He wanted me to bring this to the light and help people who really, really don't know what's going on. And there is hope, and you will get better. So just rely on God. Thanks for your time.